Hi, this is James Page at the Inca Conference 2023 in Birmingham. We've been joined from the main stage by Rajiv Datta from Nexfibre. Rajiv, thanks for coming and having a conversation with us.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Fantastic. Now, you're fairly new in your position at Nexfibre. Maybe let's start off with giving us a little bit of reflections on how it's going so far.
Yeah, so I started Nexfibre a little bit under 2 months ago, but it's also a young company that was founded approximately a year ago. So I've really been impressed, just by what the company's been able to achieve so quickly in its infancy, as it were. Not only in terms of the build capability, but also the level of engagement with our investors, our partners, our employees, the culture that exists and that has been built. It's been a very positive beginning.
Fantastic. So you're based in London, but you have ambitious plans for deployment across the UK. Perhaps you could take us through some of those plans and giving us a sense of how things are progressing so far.
Sure. So, as you said, we're building across the UK. We announced, I think, crossing 500,000 homes as of the end of September. We have far more dramatic plans to get to 5 million homes by 2026, and we're fully funded and backed by world-class investors to go achieve that. So the build momentum is growing. We expect in 2024 to build materially more than we built in 2023. We're focused on building in areas where broadband penetration and broadband availability is lower than in other areas. And fundamentally, we're focused on creating a build strategy that has some agility and react to the changing nature of the marketplace.
Okay, that's really interesting because, as you say, a fairly young company, and you're going up against some other companies which have been much longer in the marketplace. So interesting that one of the differences is the areas that you might be going for. But what else is different about Nexfibre?
I think there are three important things to know about Nexfibre. First, we're a wholesale-only model. So we're not interested in being a retail ISP. We will only be a wholesale provider. And we're focused on multi-tenancy, which is get as many different ISPs onto the same footprint. The second is that we are unusual in that we have an incredible set of financial backers in Nexfibre Capital Partners, Liberty Global, and Telefonica, who have committed in total, including debt, £4.5 billion for our initial build plan. And I would say that these are investors that not only bring this financial capability, but have in-depth understanding and knowledge of this industry and, frankly, of the infrastructure model. So we're really pleased to have them backing us and driving the market in the UK. But I think the third piece, which is a foundational element for Nexfibre, and I think is unique across the UK altnet sort of community, is the fact that we have an anchor tenant customer in Virgin Media O2 who have a significant market share in this space and gives us some clarity around a revenue profile and penetration profile on which we're going to build with other ISPs and other players.
Okay, impressive. And well, that must mean there's some optimism about the future based on the strength of those backers and the situation you find yourself in. But if we look forward to 2024, and we're not that far away from it, what are you thinking is going to be happening? What do you see in the near future for this particular market?
Yeah, so look, Nexfibre on our own for 2024, we're focused on maintaining and growing that build momentum, maintaining build quality, which is a very important thing for us. We're building at a long-term network build quality. But it's also about driving revenue penetration and, frankly, participating in the consolidation of the market that we perceive is going to happen. So my view of 24 forwards, and as being discussed at the conference, I think in many different dimensions, is that the market requires consolidation. There's a big difference between a wholesale infrastructure business model and a retail ISP model, and those two different businesses have different financial requirements, capital requirements, time horizons for return, and frankly, where you need to invest and focus your energies. And my argument is that we need to make that segregation so that we can be successful. And Nexfibre is a platform we believe to do that with.
Okay, well, thank you for that. That is really, really interesting. It's been great to talk to you. Lots going on, and by the sounds of things, I think a successful 2024 will be coming your way, and maybe we'll be talking again in a year's time and seeing how that's gone. But for now, Rajiv, thank you so much for coming and having a chat.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking with me.